Upfront and Outspoken with Bob Williams. If you love the Constitution,
man is not free unless government is limited.
If you love freedom,
as government expands, liberty contracts.
If you believe in personal responsibility, if you believe America is still the greatest nation on earth, then get ready for an experience you'll never forget. This is Upfront and Outspoken. Here's your host, Bob Williams.
Some folks are born made to wave the flag. Ooh, they're red, white, and blue.
And good morning. This is Upfront Outspoken. Of course, I'm your host, Bob Williams. Glad to have you with me on this Thursday morning. Wow, do I have a great, I have fantastic news for everybody. If you've been following what I've been doing all week, we here at the network got involved in the plight of a very young lady. Her name is Jessica Shainberg. Now, you may not have heard her name unless you've been listening to my program all week. Jessica suffers from a disease called transverse myelitis. Now, if you've never heard of it, what it does, it affects the spinal cord. In Jessica's case, one morning she got up, had tingling in her legs and feet, went to the hospital. They sent her home. Next morning, gets up. Guess what? Paralyzed from the waist down. Now, how we got involved right here at the Starcom Radio Network is very simple. From a very close friend of ours and a new friend of ours. And I want to thank both James Napper and also Jimmy Parker for bringing this to our attention. And we've been on this thing from the very get-go. And the thing that really, really caught my attention was a TV soundbite that was aired Sunday on WTVF TV, Channel 5 in Nashville. I'm going to air that, and then I'm going to bring out my guests. You're sitting there going, okay, Bob, who the hell are they? You'll find out in just about 2 minutes. I want you to listen to this.
Girl fighting to walk again after a rare disorder left her paralyzed got a big surprise today.
Is a burning thing.
That's independent country music artist Jimmy Parker. He stopped by Vanderbilt to let Jessica Shainberg know Nashville and the country music industry wants to help. Rocket Tone Records, Dirt Road Life, and Beauty of Music have all decided to put on a fundraiser to help Jessica get the treatment she needs. And they're hoping to involve several country music artists. The announcement left Jessica floored.
I'm completely overwhelmed by how amazingly positive and how just caring the community is and how they're just so willing to help me. And it's honestly, I'm more than blessed to have all of this. I really am.
Jessica was rushed to the hospital 10 days ago after waking up paralyzed. She was diagnosed with transverse myelitis caused by inflammation of the spinal cord. Now, a date hasn't been set yet for the fundraiser, but if you'd like to help now, you can find a link to her GoFundMe account under news links on newschannel5.com.
There. That was what was aired on Sunday, courtesy of our friends at Channel 5 in Nashville. So now, I'm bringing on my guests. In fact, the third guest is a shock to even me. I want you all to welcome Jimmy Parker, Jeff Shainberg, and his daughter, Jessica. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the program.
Good morning, Bob.
Now, Jeff. Oh, wow. This, having your daughter on is indeed a pleasure. I first want to come to you, Jeff, and I want to ask you, your only daughter, she is suddenly stricken by this. What was your first reaction? What was the first thing that went through your mind?
Well, the first thing that was on my mind, she wasn't moving her legs, so I thought she was joking.
And then what happened after that?
Well, when I realized she wasn't trying to get out of school, I tried to get her to the side of the bed to wake up her legs. I thought they were sleeping. I lifted her, and she fell.
And that had to be, something that all of a sudden here you have a very vibrant 14-year-old daughter who is athletic, who has great in grades, and all of a sudden, wham! You're getting nailed by such a tragic illness that at the time you didn't even know existed.
Well, there's a lot of confusion with this illness. They really can't recognize it unless you do a full body MRI, and not many people go into the hospital and can afford a full body MRI or are checked when they go. So that's really what it took to see what she had.
Now, Jimmy, you got involved in all of this how?
I got a phone call from my friend James Napier, and he called me and asked me, he said, hey, we've got this young lady, 14 years old. She's in Vanderbilt Children's Hospital, and she has transverse myelitis. And, of course, I didn't know what that was. I'd really, never heard of it. And then he kind of explained to me that it was a rare spinal cord disease that didn't have her, that left her that's got her paralyzed. And he asked me if I would just bring my guitar over and sing a couple of songs for her. And I said, sure, I'd be glad to do that. That would be no problem for me. I love doing things like that and helping people out when they need it and make them smile, or in some cases cry with some of my songs maybe. But it was just an honor for me to be invited to go over there and sing for Jessica.
Now, Jessica, when Jimmy came over, I seen the news sound bites. You could see your face just light up the minute you had Jimmy sitting next to you. Tell me your very first impression when he opened his mouth and sang.
Oh yeah, well he asked me what kind of country music I liked, and I'm into the old Johnny Cash, and it was great. I love music, and the fact that he would want to come play for me was really, really nice.
The one thing that really caught me, you yourself are a very talented guitarist.
Well, thank you.
I had to bring that up there, folks, because this is what everybody's missing. Jimmy, you got competition in her, this.
I know. And Jessica, do you remember what kind of guitar that was you were playing on that night when I brought it?
Oh, it was a Martin.
Right. Yes, indeed.
Is there a reason you had to specifically mention a specific guitar?
Well, it was my guitar.
Oh, okay. Now,
and I love a Martin.
Oh yeah, so do I. Martins are just the way that they sound is just amazing.
Mm-hmm.
All right, now I have to ask you, Jessica, because yesterday I got a chance to watch the news feed from Channel 2, and you surprised me. You surprised the world. Tell everybody what happened.
I stood up on a walker, and I took my first steps.
I'll bet that made your day.
Oh my gosh, it made like being here, it just made me realize that all my hard work is going to pay off whenever I'm going to be able to walk.
The one thing that yesterday I had James Napier on, and 15 minutes, and this is no lie, this I'm not exaggerating this. Right. He said right out, 15 minutes after he got off the air with me, he got a phone call. I'm sure your dad have already been told this, but I want either you or your dad to tell the world exactly what happened from the time I got off the phone with James till the time he got on with you.
Oh, I got accepted to Atlanta for rehabilitation.
There you go. See? Miracles.
Miracles do happen.
Exactly. And this is what it's all about. Jimmy, what do you think about that? I mean, come on, you got to have some kind of an opinion.
I'm jumping for joy for that.
I don't hear you jumping, Jimmy. I don't feel the floor vibrating. Oh, there it goes. Okay. All right.
Oh no. She deserves this, and it's really a great thing. And like she said, it's a miracle. And miracles do occur because God the Almighty is one of the most powerful things in our universe, and He can make those miracles happen. And as soon as I left her the other night, I got down on my knees at home before I went to bed, and I prayed for her to walk again. And I think along with my prayer and everybody else's prayers, and especially some of my fans, a lot of my fans, we had a prayer chain going on my Facebook page, and everybody was coming out praying for Jessica. And I think a lot of that helps too. So prayer works.
We've been 100% behind this since the first time we heard about it, and it is so it's so warm to know that people reach out in a time of need, and especially when it comes to somebody like Jessica, talented, smart, and I might add pretty. You can't forget that. God,
I gotta admit
bright
one
eyes.
thing, Bob. When I got there and I asked her, did she have a song that she wanted to hear? And she said, do you know any Taylor Swift? And I said, oh, no, I'm in trouble. So
I think we all are. I mean, Taylor Swift is up there. I think we're all in trouble when it comes to that.
I couldn't sing a Taylor Swift song if I had to.
And I watched the video. I was watching the news clips, and I was watching, Jessica and her dad, and they're bebopping to Taylor Swift. And I went, oh, my God, am I in trouble? Yeah. I'm in trouble. And you're bebopping from the bed. I mean, come on.
I love Taylor Swift.
Now this is why we got to get you back up on your feet. We got to get you up and rocking and rolling again. Get you that driver's license. You're
oh
gonna.
My gosh! Yep.
Hey Dad, you got to watch out, because once kids get cars, you'll never see them again. They want the car all the time. Watch it, Dad.
I know.
Now, the one thing I want to bring up to everybody that is listening is Jeff is indeed a single parent, and this indeed has caused him a great financial burden. And I want to encourage everybody, please go to, there's two places or two things that you can do. Number one, go to their GoFundMe fundraising campaign. That's number one. Number two, go to any U.S. bank anywhere in the country, make a small donation. I don't care if it's $1, $10, $1,000. Hey, if you want to pay $10,000, be my guest. You'll be more than happy to. Go to any U.S. bank, tell them it's for the Jessica Shainberg Fund, and make sure you specify that so the money does go to Jessica. And I did have a chance to look at your fundraising campaign on GoFundMe.com. You have hit over $5,000 so far.
Yes, we've had a lot of great support. Everyone's come out of the woodwork to help, and we can't thank everyone enough. We just have to thank God for bringing us prayers, and really, it's just wonderful the response we've had.
Now, Jeff, I know this has been extremely hard on you, and I know, knowing the dad, from what I've seen, what I've heard, you will also be going to Atlanta Friday, folks. This Friday.
Absolutely.
And you're going to be
there.
Okay, go ahead, Jeff.
Yeah, I'll be there by her side until she walks again.
And have they given her any kind of, well, I should say, window that she might be able to say, hey, I don't need this damn walker anymore, and throw it off to the side?
Well, with this illness, it is not known really how long rehab takes. They have an average of certain people because everyone reacts differently to this illness. So that's kind of an unknown that becomes kind of scary. But they're telling us with her progress so far, it could be anywhere from 2 to 3 weeks.
Let's hope it's the first one, 2 weeks, and she's back up. Let's hope that. I want everybody to get out there, do what you got to do here. This, like I said, we got involved in this on Sunday, and even with us here, we have had enormous amount of emails, wishing her all the best. I want to pass those on to her, as we're speaking here. But, the thing is, you have posted on your Facebook wall that Jessica is not the only one that has suffered from this, but, and for everybody out there, this only affects about 1,000 people per year. And it is such a tragedy. You did post a video on your Facebook page in regards to this. Where did you locate that video from?
The video probably came from Channel 5. They did some research and came up with statistics, I believe. I believe that's the video that you're seeing. I put a few up myself. We're trying to grow awareness for families in this position so they're not alone. And that's why we have that on our site, so people can refer to someone else who has this unknown illness that the doctors don't know much about.
And when I was talking to James yesterday, he was saying, and this is, if you think about it, he's right. You can get up in the morning, every one of us at one time or another, one's had a backache, have had, your leg, you got tingling in it, your feet, you got tingling in it. We kind of blow it off. And, this disease and this illness is probably the most misdiagnosed illness that I have ever seen.
Yes, it is.
For sure. It definitely is. Because people don't think about it. Like you wake up in the morning and my foot's out, you're just thinking, oh, my foot's tingling, let's just blow it off. It's whatever. But, small things like that you actually have to pay attention to,
Yeah, any annoyed, so what is it? If you have any swellings in your body, if you have any pain, the only way, again, to find this, it's through an MRI, which not everyone goes to have when they, check up if they're feeling sick.
Yeah, if you just have a pain in your foot, you're not going to think, oh, I need to go get a full body MRI.
Yeah, I know that feeling. I've had a pain in my foot since the boss hired me.
Also, I'd like to throw in, too, that it's for people to try to be aware of this, because peak incidence and rates is usually they occur between people that are 10 and 19 years old and 30 and 39 years old. So all those in between or after really don't necessarily have a chance of getting it, although some studies have examined other rates in it. But in most cases, it's people who are 10 to 19 years old and 30 and 39.
Yeah, you're right on that, Jimmy. Exactly. The thing is that this, as I've been saying, this is such a small group. Currently, according to the last statistic I've seen, only 33,000 people here in the United States have this, and it seems to me that more money for research needs to be added. I mean, not just to this one, and I'm going to get Jeff's input on this, and I want to get Jimmy's, but on other childhood illnesses that can be prevented. Now, Jeff, I'm going to ask you, because you are the father of an individual who, of a very young lady that is affected by a disease that is so, minute in population-wise. What is the one thing, if you had the ability to go in front of the U.S. Congress, in front of a committee or that, you would want these people to know?
Well, they need to know that there's more than 33,000 cases of this in the United States. A lot of people go undiagnosed for many months, and by that time it's too late. They don't walk again. But it's always something that needs to be looked at. There are, I believe, truly, in listening to other people's stories when we're going through this, there's an underground of people who have this TM, or transverse myelitis, and either they were misdiagnosed or it was too late for them and they don't walk again. And a lot of people don't come out until it's too late, or the doctors don't find it until it's too late. So I think that figure should be double what it is, and people should be more aware of it so we can get funding to cure this illness.
Now, Jessica, before I bring Jimmy in, I know Jimmy's going to be very outspoken about this, but Jessica, I want to bring you in. Yeah, I hear you laughing in the background. I know it.
Bob Williams.
All right. Now, Jessica, if you had the ability to do the same thing, to go in front of the Senate committee or go in front of the House of Representatives or even President Obama himself, what would be the thing you would want him to know or them to know?
That it takes a toll on your entire life. So, getting research for this is really worth it, because not being able to walk, you depend on other people. You're not independent anymore. And it's not only psychologically,
taking a toll, but it's also physically taking a toll. And then, financially, it really does hurt families because nobody can prepare for something like this. So we have to find a way to help people prepare.
All right, Jimmy, I know you were laughing in the background. Your shot. Go ahead.
Okay, question. What's the question for me again?
I was
enraptured with what she was saying,
yeah,
and I lost the question.
This is why I love live radio, because everybody forgets what you ask. What I asked was, what would you want if you had the opportunity to go in front of the U.S. Senate, to Congress, to President Obama himself? What would you want to say to them about not just this, particular illness, but other under or mistreated, misdiagnosed illnesses that could be averted?
I would ask them to make it a little bit more aware, because it is a rare disease, but it's not uncommon for somebody to get it. And just to make it aware in the medical community, so that the medical community can relate out to the public and make people aware of this, especially when there's only a couple of age groups that it can affect, between the 10 and 19 years olds and the 30 and 39-year-olds. And if more people knew this, well, we might be able to prevent a lot of cases of it once they start feeling those, like Jessica said, the stinging in her feet, or something. And they could realize, well, I better go get myself checked. I don't want to come down with TM or something like that. But just make people more aware of it.
I can relate with Jessica when she mentioned the fact that, being laid up, being to the point where you can't use your legs, that you have to depend on people, because many moons ago I fell off a ladder and I pinched a nerve in my back, and the doctors didn't think I'd ever walk again. And I can very much relate to exactly what Jessica was saying. And that's why when this story first came out, I was so compelled that I had to get involved in this. I don't give a crap about what the management said. This had to be said. And the thing is, I've heard through the room, through the mill, that there is a benefit coming up here. Guess on whose birthday? February the 7th. Any guesses whose birthday it is that day?
I know.
I have no idea either.
I know.
Be my guest. Whose is it, Jimmy?
I think I know.
Can I say it, guys?
Go.
Oh, yes.
It's Jessica's birthday.
There you go.
All right.
All right, 15 years old. One more year, and it's going to be a sweet 16, as they say. But
watch out, Jeff. Watch out.
That's what I tell him. The other thing, Jeff, is here's a piece of advice from a father, especially a father with a daughter. Dig a moat around your house, have a drawbridge, stand in front of that drawbridge with a shotgun and say, remember, guys, you're dealing with me first, daughter second. But, the benefits coming up here on the 7th. Anybody care to leak a little bit of information as to who's going to be there or where it's going to be? Come on, tell my audience. We want to know.
Jimmy, do you want to talk about?
I don't know of who the artists are going to be that have accepted or who are thinking about accepting. I have been asked to go in and perform myself, which I will do. And that's about all the information I have. When I talked with James about it a little bit yesterday, and I think they've got the place already selected, but I'm not sure if he wants that known yet, because I think it's still some things they need to work out. But when it does occur, I will be performing there. I'm sure he's trying to get some other acts out of Nashville, hopefully some name acts that can draw attention to it also.
The thing is, I don't understand why the name acts, they come out, cancer, muscular dystrophy, MS, Parkinson's disease. They come out for them, and I'm telling everybody, hey, Nashville, you get involved. This girl needs you. This girl needs your support. Don't sit idle by, because that's going to piss me off.
Don't piss him off.
Yeah, wow. But now, Jessica, how is this? I know you're in high school, freshman. This illness must have had some impact on the fact of, guess what? I can't go to school, Daddy.
Yeah, it's definitely. I take advanced courses at school, so whenever I'm not there, I miss a lot. But my teachers are being very cool, and they're emailing me and helping me giving me the notes that I need, so I'm able to catch up. But I honestly love going to school, waking up in the morning and going to school, seeing my friends and learning. It's just, I never realized how much I actually enjoyed it until I couldn't go.
And I'm sure you've got well-wishers from around that have sent you cards, letters. I've seen the balloons. I've seen all that. Oh yeah. See, this is what you get for being in radio. You're the one that catches the raw end of the deal here. You go. But the thing is that everybody, we all need to get behind you, Jessica. And once again, I'm very proud of you. You have the courage that deserves a medal. You have a heart of gold.
Yes.
And for that, I commend you for having such a bubbly personality, given
Thank you.
what is going on. This could go on. This can go on because people, just because Jessica has it, it doesn't end there. It doesn't end there. Now, Jessica, what are some of the well-wishers that have, I want to say, anybody we know that sent you goodwill, I mean, or do I need to make phone calls?
What do you mean?
Oh boy.
Oh.
She don't know radio DJs, does she, Jimmy? That's
we've had a lot of well-wishers for Jessica. Some she didn't recognize because she's young, and some are from different generations. We did have the Vanderbilt athletic instructor for Vanderbilt football come in here and heard her story and brought her all kinds of Vanderbilt hats and shirts and thanked her for being an inspiration to their team. And it was just a lot of inspirational stories from very important people that really care, and they have responded well in the community. So I think everyone's been famous. You don't have to have a big name to come in here and to show respect and to understand Jessica's position.
But you could make some phone calls.
Now she got the. I see how it goes. Okay. Now I'm in trouble. I gotta live up to my word here. Not a problem. I will definitely do that as soon as I get off the air. Now, Jimmy, I understand, you yourself have gone through tragedy in your life, and I know by seeing a young girl such as Jessica going through this, we all want to get on the bandwagon, but the question is what inspires a person who has gone through a tragedy to say, I have to overcome mine to help somebody else?
That's true. I think once you've had a tragedy in your life that you can relate to others who are having tragedies. And being a musician or a singer, I relate to a lot of the songs that I sing in the same manner. Either I've experienced it or I know someone who has experienced it. And if I have those two prerequisites right there when I sing a song, then I can put my heart and soul into it. Well, this is something like with Jessica, when they asked me to come, I wouldn't turn that down. And then when I got there and saw her, she inspired me because of her positive attitude and the joy that's still in her. And she wasn't giving up. And, I looked at myself when I got home and I said, a young girl at 14 with some disease like that, she's not giving up. I'm 65 and I still want to sing. I'm not giving up. So, it's just an inspiring thing to see someone like that. And yes, it's easier, I think, to relate to those individuals when you have had tragedy in your life.
I'm 61 here, and I haven't given up yet. I think the only way they're going to give it up is if they pull the mic from my dead cold hands. But now, Jessica, we're looking into the future. Now, I'm gonna look at it from a very, very positive point here. Number one, you're going to be going back to school. Do we expect the straight A's? Do we expect B's? What do
Oh
we
no,
expect?
you're gonna expect straight A's.
All right. When we get a driver's license, does Daddy have to worry?
No.
Oh,
yes.
there's hesitation. There's hesitation. What are some of the things you are looking forward to?
Looking forward to going to school, and I'm excited for sports for sure. I'm excited to come and play tennis whenever I get back.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You were a member of the tennis team just before this occurred, weren't you?
Yeah, there was conditioning, and I loved it.
And
Yeah.
go ahead.
I'm the only freshman on the varsity team at Hillwood.
Woo! Way to go, girl.
Yeah, way to go, rock their world. So are we going to see you at Wimbledon, or are we going to see you on the Grand Ole Opry? Which is going to happen first?
I could do both.
Whoa!
Hey, Jessica, if I ever get a shot to sing on the Grand Ole Opry, I'll bring you in. We'll do a duet for him. How about it?
Oh, that'd be great.
Thank God you didn't mention me, because I can't sing for shit. I'll tell you that right now. That's why I'm behind the mic. Everybody says I got a big mouth, so why not use it? My mom even did that. But the other thing I want to ask you, everybody, and this is, I guess some would say, Bob, you're going off in the left field here, but really I'm not, because it's all coalesces in the end here, is everybody has dreams, and sometimes, illnesses such as what you suffered, Jessica, or, tragedy that occurred to Jimmy. We all have dreams, and sometimes those dreams have to be put on hold. Is it harder for you to face the fact that your dreams right now are on hold, or because of this and because of tragedy, and Jimmy, I'm going to bring you this on this one too,
Okay.
is because of this tragedy, does it make you work even harder to overcome the obstacle and be the whole person you intended to be to begin with? Who wants to go first?
Of course. This has made me extremely determined to walk again, and it's made me realize I need to appreciate what I have, and I am ready. I'm all guns. I'm ready to go and learn how to walk again, and I'm determined. I really am.
Jimmy.
Well, back when it happened to me, my wife, when she came down with pulmonary fibrosis, it took the last 6 years of her life away from her. It basically left her bedridden and all. And basically, I gave up music in order to do what I had to do to make sure she was comfortable and taken care of. So actually, I went out and got 2 jobs. And I just at that time thought, well, my dream for music is over, but I've got to do what I'm supposed to do, what I said in my vows when I married her, and I took my vow in front of God. So I had to honor that. And, we went for 6 years, and I'm not going to say it was easy. It was tough. And watching her especially go downhill physically like she did, but she never lost her mental sharpness. But the day that she died, she was at the point where she could barely walk to the bathroom and back, which is not far from the bed, and without losing loss of air. She had to be, she was on breathing treatments all the time. And she fell on the floor the last day, and I picked her up, got her back in bed, set her on the edge, and as I was laying her down, I had my arm around behind her head. When I laid her down in the bed, she took her last breath. And
Oh, goodness.
and that that lived with me it still lives with me today. I'll never forget that moment.
I bet.
And I took that as a motivation. I didn't put myself into thinking sorry about things. I didn't go into using drugs or using alcohol. I just took the philosophy of find something positive to do in my life that I know will end up in a positive result.
And you have done that. You have.
And I did that. And then I went and I bought me a new guitar. I said, I'm going to get the guitar that I want. This was about 6 months later when I decided I want a guitar. I want feel that guitar in my hands again. And I went, and it's just built up since then. And I feel very blessed to be at the caliber of places that I've gone. I've gone all over the country doing videos and singing my songs for house concerts and things like that. It's just a tragedy will definitely give you a different perspective on life once you've experienced it.
Now, Jeff, how has this affected your dreams?
Well, I used to play music actively before I adopted Jessica, and I put all that on the back burner for her, and I will continue to do that as well while we're going through this phase. But of course, this has inspired me to possibly continue my career after, and it has inspired Jessica as well to probably play more music. That is our first love, at least mine. So through tragedy, you do inherit your abilities, your loves again. It does come through after all the tragedy, and it comes through stronger at the end, I believe.
Now, do we see you and Jessica doing duets here anytime soon?
Anytime soon, we're already doing that.
All right, Jimmy, you got to get involved in this. You got to get in there on that one, Jimmy, or you're going to be left behind.
Well, it's like a song title that I have. You never know.
There you go. Yeah. See, he always plugs his music, and this is my show, for Christ's sake. Oh, okay.
He has a song for every occasion.
Oh yeah, he does. Great artist, Jimmy is. He's a great guy. And this is why I love getting him on. I mean, I love getting him on because he's fun to be with and fun to tease. And mind you, I've never met him.
Well,
gotta make that happen.
We had mentioned famous people that had come to see Jessica, or people with stature. That would be Jimmy Parker for sure.
Oh, there you go. Now, Jimmy,
thank you very much.
There you go. You're one step closer to sainthood.
They'd probably sell you to me for a quarter.
I'll give you 10 cents. I think the Pope is. In fact, I think the Pope is handing them out free. I mean, what can I say? But the other thing that a lot of people are going to want to know is also, we've all have wishes. Okay, we all have a wish list, the to-do list. My wife wants me to do this list, but screw her. We all have, we all have a wish list. Jessica, if you had 3 wishes, if I was a magical genie and I popped out of Aladdin's lamp, what would those 3 wishes be?
That's hard.
I know. I ask some of the toughest questions of people, and I'm just an a-hole. You know that.
Number 1 would be to get a Martin. I have a dream Martin that I've always wanted, and it's dark mahogany wood, and it's beautiful. It really is.
I have one just like it. It's a DXR1.
Hey, Jimmy,
Yes.
Jimmy, she's hinting.
Another wish to walk again. That's number 1. Or not, well, that's number 2. To walk again.
So you want a guitar first and walk again?
Yeah, that's I would have thought it'd been the other way around here. Okay, go ahead.
She's dedicated.
Dedicated to the music. And then number 3. Make lots of money. Yep. Be a millionaire.
We're all in trouble. I mean, in my business, I'm poor as a pauper. You do realize this. Now, Jeff, I know, it sounds because of our ages, because we're adults, our wish list changes as we get older. And Jimmy, you better have your list ready. Jeff, what would be your 3?
Well, my 3 is obviously have my daughter healthy again and back to walking and running normally, so she can appreciate her life. That really is my number 1 wish. Of course, number 2, it's I would love to get everyone back for all the support they've given us. That's a huge wish of mine. I don't know how I would do that.
You're doing it already. You're doing it already by just coming on shows like this. You're doing it already, Jeff. So you can't call that a wish anymore.
Okay. Well, then, we would have to say I would love to get back to music and start my career again, writing and playing in front of audiences. That's my favorite thing. And third wish is just the easy one. It's kind of a cop out, but I wish for world peace.
Whoa, that's not going to happen anytime soon. All right, Jimmy. Now
It's a wish.
Yeah, hey, we all got wishes. I wish I was young, attractive, and a millionaire in that order, and it's not going to work because I'm ugly, skinny, and broke. So, all right, Jimmy, your turn.
Well, I think the number one thing on my wish list would be, first off, is to have good health. I think that's the most important thing in your life. Without good health, it's hard to do anything else. And so I would hopefully be able to continue with good health. Then I would have a wish that I could be able to help people in a way with money or whatever else, but just be able to help people such as Jessica and do things.
Guess what? You blew it. You blew it right there. Your second wish already came true, because you know why? Every time you open your mouth and sing those beautiful music that you do, you are already meeting that dream. Try again.
Well, that's to keep my dream alive. Then, okay.
All right, there you go.
Keep my dream alive. But no, I really do. I do get inspired to help people, and especially when they're down. And in Jessica's case, it was an honor for me just to walk in the hospital room and see such a vivacious, inspiring, and positive young lady, and it was very inspiring to me. And the third thing that I would I would just basically say, I want to be comfortable for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter to me if I'm rich or if I'm just living off of my Social Security and a retirement paycheck. As long as I'm comfortable, I'll be happy.
That's kind of like me. If I can continue with what I do now, being behind the mic for as long as I possibly can, that's going to make my dream come true. I mean, I've been doing it for over 30 years, and I plan on doing it for another 40 years. So, folks out there, get ready, folks, because I'm going to be a pain in your tuckuses for another 40 years. I mean, I'll be 101 before they pry this mic out of my hand. We all have favorite things. We all have favorite things, and some of those favorite things, I guess you could say, are realistic. Some of those favorite things are not so realistic. And I know, Jessica, you got some favorites. Oh boy. I mean, come on, you're a teenager, you got a lot of favorites, favorite guy, favorite car. Ooh, there we go. Dad, see, you better start building that moat now.
Help me.
Hey, Jeff, I got a little advice for you. When she starts dating the first guy that she comes up to your house, just say, look, I'm her father, and I'm not scared to go back to jail.
There you go. Or just tell him you should have seen the other guy. Oh, guy. The like I said, we
I
all.
didn't hear Jessica laughing on that one.
I don't think she did. I think I think she's looking at her dad. Says, "Do you honestly think, Dad, I would bring anybody home to you?" But in all seriousness, we, like I said, we all have Oh, but see, I lost my own train of thought. This is what I get for having CRS. If you don't know what that is, can't remember crap. But one thing that many people wish, we all have our wish list. We all have all this, and we've all talked about our wish list. But, my wish right now, right at this moment, and I'm going to tell everybody out there, my wish is for you to go to Jessica's fundraising campaign, to GoFundMe.com. Type in Jessica's name. I believe that'll bring it up. Or, let me see if I can remember. See if memory serves me right. Never mind. Forget it. Go to GoFundMe.com. Make a donation for Jessica. Or the easiest way, go to any U.S. bank across the country.
Yes.
And simply go in there. Tell the cashier, I want to make a donation to the Jessica Shainberg Fund. Ma'am, what happened to me here today? My mind's gone wacko.
It's early.
No, this is late. I've been up since 1 o'clock this morning. Welcome to my world. Go to any U.S. bank. Make sure you tell the teller you want to make a donation to the Jessica Shainberg Fund. It will definitely go to Jessica. definitely help her with the recovery, because we all know, she's going to Atlanta Friday, tomorrow. She's hyped up about this.
Oh,
She's excited.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, I figured that. How are they going to get, that's one question I want to ask. How are they going to get you from Atlanta back to Nashville on the 7th?
Well, Jessica wishes it was a helicopter ride.
Okay, anybody out there got a helicopter? Come on now.
Yeah, it makes it a lot faster, but they're providing an ambulance to take her down there, and I'll follow her in my car. So they're wonderful here at Vanderbilt.
Now, how are you going to get her from Atlanta to come to her own benefit on the 7th? Has that been arranged yet or not?
Well, right now we're looking at Skype. It's an inpatient rehab, so I don't think they'll let us go. And then she'll be there for the duration of her stay. So we're going to have to Skype all of that. So anyone out there who has a big screen and a projector, we need you.
There you go. I'm certain there's somebody that can accommodate this with no problem, And Jeff, the other thing is and I've been kind of avoiding it because I know for a fact, you have been dealing with this the best you possibly can.
Yes.
And I know you cannot tell me, you cannot tell my audience that this has not been hard on you. This has not been a very stressful time of your life. How are you able to hold up, carry the personality that you have, the bubbliness, given all that's going on? Now, I know that's going to be a tough question to ask.
No, actually, that's the easiest question. And it's kind of cliche because it's been said many times, but it's Jessica that's keeping me going through this. She has a strong will, and she's taken over. Because of Jessica, I've been able to rise above this just like she has by watching her, not her watching me. This is new territory for me. So it's a godsend that she has such a great outlook. I don't know what I would do if Jessica wasn't my rock. Although if I break down, Jessica looks at me in the eyes and says, "Daddy, you can't break down. You're my rock. I need you."
There you go.
Hearing those words makes it a lot easier.
So what we have is you both are helping each other. Jessica, you're giving your dad the momentum to carry forward. Dad, you're her rock. This is what family really is, and I'm so fed up with seeing these families that break up and fail to realize that point.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am. I really am. And the other thing I want to ask, I mean, we've only got about 8 minutes to go here because we got to wrap up here. But I know you all have something you would like to leave with the audience, those that are listening right now, and this is a international audience, and I want you to think about this for a minute. What is the one message you want to leave with everybody? And whoever wants to start first, be it Jimmy, Jessica, Jeff, whoever.
I'll go. I'd just like for everybody to go out there and understand that tragedy does occur, that you're not eliminated from a possible tragedy in your own life. And I would suggest that, just start taking care of each other. Tell those that you love them, and let them know, because one of these days something may occur or could happen, and they'll be invalid or get into a serious condition or possibly even die. And we just got to understand that we need to take care of each other and love the ones we're with.
All right. Can I go?
Go.
All right.
This is all about you. Come on now. Yeah.
I really, really want people to know that being positive does change. Like the human body, if you're positive and you bring out a good, optimistic aura about yourself, you're going to get better and progress will be made.
Exactly.
Don't lay in bed and be sad. Get up and think about, well, if I'm going to walk, I need to think about walking. I need to think about being happy and, what can I do to make myself walk? So just being positive, it really does change.
Yes, it does.
All right, Jeff. He's scratching his head.
I would grow awareness to this illness and let people know they're not alone. I just think awareness is going to get us all through this together, and it would save a lot more lives, a lot more minds, and families out there as well that are going through this.
And there are quite a lot of families that go through, illnesses like this, other childhood illnesses, so I encourage everybody out there, get involved. The only way, and I can't say this enough, and I generally try to watch my language, especially when I got a 14-year-old listening to me. Otherwise, it's going to end up being R-rated. But it seems that sometimes I have to use that type of language to get it through your thick skulls out there. You can't sit on your ass and do nothing. You can't expect the guy next door to do it for you. You have to take that first step. You have to get involved. And if you don't get involved, ladies and gentlemen, you don't get involved. When and if, and I prayed to God it never happens to you. If it happens to you, it happens to one of your children, the first thing you're going to do is exactly what Jeff did. He's going to get on GoFundMe. He's going to get out there, get the media involved. But guess what? Because you didn't get involved in the first time, it may be too late for you. That's my message to everybody. Get off your ass. Do whatever it takes. Phone calls, letters, whatever. Get Capitol Hill to lighten up. Open that purse string up so childhood illnesses like this can be overcome. That's my message. And I hope it does get out there, because we really do need to, get this up. This can't happen anymore. It's got to end. Anybody got any comments about that? Or we all fall asleep now because I'm so boring.
I agree with you. I think, that you have to do that. If you can't help people, how can you expect people to help you when you're in need or have a situation that requires help that you can't afford to do? When I put up on my Facebook page, I asked all my fans out there, those who could go in and donate on the site, to do so, and I put my money where my mouth was, and I wasn't ashamed to put my name on there either. And if I'm going to do it, maybe if ever I get into a situation, somebody will help me out. Who knows?
Jeff, yeah. Jessica, go ahead.
Oh, I agree with you completely. I don't know. You can't just sit on your butt like you said.
See, she uses the polite language. I guess leave it up to
I was
old
getting
folks.
ready to say that.
Well, a lot of people sit in the dark. They don't really know how to ask for help, and they need to know that people will respond. And as long as you're speaking out and letting everyone, communicating with everyone, you will receive help. It's just a matter of you're communicating. And that's the problem, I think, with this illness is people are scared. They don't know what to think. They don't know how it's diagnosed or how it's fixed. And so are the doctors. They're the same way. So you have to build awareness. You have to wake up and speak out. Let people hear you, just like the title to your radio show.
The thing is that I'm certain that it's not going to end here. We're not going to hear the end of this, and I hope I don't. I want to follow the progression of how Jessica is doing, but I'm almost positive that what happened to you both has not only made an awareness to you, but I do hope that you two band together to create a broader understanding to people. You experienced it. You've gone through it.
We will.
And I hope, it's my hope, and consider this as my third wish, is that you two band together and tell the world, look, we went through this. This is what happened. Here is how you can overcome this. And I really do hope you do not stop just because, if you reach your goal.
Well,
No, I don't want to.
We won't stop. This has lit a fire under us. So this is our life from here on out. This has affected our lives so greatly that we have to speak out and let everyone know. We won't let this happen to our neighbors. We'll let people know. You don't deserve to have this. Just like Jessica, she did not deserve this, and neither did I. And we just need people to know it's out there. Please don't hide it, and come out and find help.
You know, and I couldn't ended this whole show on a better note than that. I'm going to ask my guests to hold on the line for just a couple of minutes. Everybody else, you know what that means. Time for me to get out of here. Stay tuned, because coming up next, right after NPR News, Ed Till will be with you all the way till 4 o'clock. Until tomorrow, 6 a.m. This is Bob Williams. Take care of yourselves.